Welcome back to Scars and Skeletons. It's your girl, Honey. Welcome back, my lost souls. We are going to be discussing my time in the industry. I have mentioned it before in a podcast. I briefly mentioned it, but I was in the online modeling industry from about 2022 to about 2026. So today we are going to be covering that, and we are going to be talking about what exactly I mean by that as well. I'm a little nervous for this, so please bear with me. I hope that you stick around, and let's get started. So back in 2022, I needed some extra money, and I decided to go on a little side quest. I was seeing a gentleman who was significantly older than me, 17 years older than me, and he was like, you have a really great voice, you have a really great face, you have a really great body. Why don't you try modeling? And at the time, OnlyFans was really big, and there's also a site called Fansly that was relatively big as well. So I signed up for both of them. I know that there's a stigma surrounding this subject, and I ask that you please bear with me. And just listen to what I have to say before you dip out. These are going to be some really great points, and hearing from someone who's actually done this, and I am not encouraging you to do this either. I'm giving you the honest opinion about doing it. I'm going to be giving the honest opinions. The ones that nobody else is. You're not going to hear these anywhere else. I hope you're ready. I hope you buckle up, and let's get started. When I first started online modeling, I would say it was not very profitable. I eventually did make some money. It was never like what you hear about people making though. A whole new name. I started from scratch. I made up a whole new persona. I didn't want this connected or coming back on me at all. I absolutely not. Nope. So it was okay at first. With the persona, I also never used my real location, so I would get these people that would be like, oh, so you're from so-and-so, let's go on a date. No. It is meant to be on a screen. It's meant to be on a screen and nothing more. Like, what is wrong with people? And like, people would not understand that. And then, eventually I started doing live streams because I heard that would be more profitable. So I would do them while my child was at school. People would just come in and literally just gawk, and it just got to be to a point where like people were just paying for like the subscription, and then no tips were coming in. Nobody was paying for anything else, or you drop your page down to a free thing hoping to and then you get more traffic in, and then nobody was, like I said, giving in tips or anything, and then you weren't making any profits. And it's just, it got to the point where it wasn't even worth it anymore. I mean, you are putting your body, and if you use your face, you're putting your face out there. You are putting yourself out there for however many people in the world. And then if people are just coming on there to gawk, and they are not even giving money for it, then you are doing it for nothing. For nothing. And it makes you just feel so useless. And it is just so frustrating. Let me just say, it made me angry. I will admit it made me angry. I'll admit it. Be angry. I no longer do it anymore. I deleted my own fans. Oh, did it piss some people off? But you know what? I don't give a. I really don't anymore. The whole thing is that I don't want to be associated with that anymore. I would like to, I did it solely because I needed the money. But the whole thing is that I wasn't even making enough money for what I needed the money for. So why even do it? Why put myself out there? Why put my body out there? Why even do it in the first place if I'm not even going to make the money that I need to make? It got to be to a point where it wasn't even worth it. And people don't take it seriously either. And like that's like the whole thing. People would come on the live streams and just try to get you to do stuff for free, and like try to get you to interact for free, or just try to get you free. And that is absolutely infuriating. Let me just say that. It is absolutely infuriating because I am trying to make money. Okay, that is the only reason that I am there. Okay, you think I want to degrade myself for free? Absolutely. Don't be coming on my page for free either. Why don't you at least send me a fucking tip? That's what the whole platform is for. It's for making money. And don't come on there and hit on me and try to take me on a date. That is the stupidest shit ever. The same concept if you look at like a celebrity, okay? Celebrity, idol, all of that. Okay, think about this, okay? Hear me out. When you look at these people, okay, you're looking at them on a phone screen, okay? You're looking at them on a TV, you're looking at them, okay. These people, creating this parasocial relationship is what we have to do to get the attention, so like we can make the money, so we can make you feel special, like it's part of the job. Why do you think that I said I relate to them so much? Because I was a fucking model who had to put up with fan service. Oh my god, it's wild. It is just wild. The world of OnlyFans is not for the weak. And I'm not saying that I'm weak. I am not weak. It just got to, like I said, it just got to the point where it wasn't even worth it. I was like, it's not even worth it. I'm not making a profit. And I'm out. I would, like, and I've had people ask, well, would you recommend OnlyFans? Would I recommend it? Would I recommend OnlyFans? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. If you really, honestly, you want to go on one of those pages, you really want to build a following, you really want to consider being, starting a modeling page for lingerie or something like that, you really want to consider doing something like that, go to Fansly. Why do I say that? 1.2K is what my following is there, and I have a loyal following over there. Even though I'm not even active over there, I still have a loyal following over there of creators and of just followers. But OnlyFans, unless you are already a celebrity, OnlyFans is not worth your time at all. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't. Honestly, and truly and honestly, you gotta be good with people. I'm gonna be so real with you. You gotta be good with people. I already have a background in customer service. I mean, I know I sound quite mean right now. Especially in the beginning of this. I know I sound really mean. Because like I said, I'm gonna give you my raw reaction. You gotta be good with people. Because like I said, much like the idol culture, there is fan service involved in this. You do have to communicate with people, which setting boundaries can like be a hard thing to do, especially like if you get someone who is like tipping you really good at one point in time, and then all of a sudden those tips start to slow down, and then you think, oh well, I have to keep being nice to them, so they start doing it again. Girl, don't do that. Or boy, no discrimination. No, whatever you are, baby. Listen to me. Don't do, just listen. If that money stops flowing, you stop showing, because guarantee they probably found another creator. There is such a thing in the model culture / fan service culture as being too nice. And doing what I just mentioned is being too nice. Yeah, trust me, I am one of those that is too nice. I'm too nice to everybody. My heart's too big. I gotta start being meaner. It's too hard though. I just want to be loved. And that, my lovelies, right there is something called duality. A little bit of Accio for you. I'm so sorry. But you definitely gotta be able to change up your personality. You will also encounter some very interesting, or I guess you could say interesting, I don't know how else to explain it, maybe crazy. You're just gonna experience some people that you really don't want to experience, but the thing with fan service is, like, you kind of have to do it. It's all part of your job, and that's kind of what sucks in a way. But, like, you know, you just smile and wave. It's just kind of like what you have to do. In a way, like, I do miss modeling. In a way. I don't know how to explain it, I guess. I don't know, because it's kind of hard to explain it. I think part of me would like to still do something with fan service, but just not what I was doing. I've actually been recognized in person once before, and I will say that it was one of the most terrifying experiences of my whole entire life, considering I do not use my real name and I have never used my real location before. Had found my page and thought it would be a good idea to bring it up to me that they knew who I was. And when I say that I was fucking terrified, I was fucking terrified that they were gonna out me to everyone, because I live in a rural area, and it was not great. Still kind of scared about that to this day, to be so real with you. Like I said though, like, it's such a hard thing. In a way, I worked really hard to build a business and build a name and do all this stuff, but at the same time, it's like, do I really want to be associated with that anymore? I'd like to build a new name, and I know that I'm capable of doing it, but do I really want to go through doing it again? I don't know. In the end, I'd like to just find happiness, I guess. Which probably sounds silly. I don't know. And like, having a relationship and trying to do OnlyFans is really, really difficult unless you also have someone who's in the industry and understands fan service. It's really, really hard to maintain a relationship because jealousy is a natural thing, okay? Like I said, unless you have someone who's already in the industry, it's a really hard thing for people to understand. How are you okay with your partner doing that? Like, I don't understand it. It definitely can put a rift in a relationship. I'm single, but I did have relationships at some point in time. I'll talk about my tragic love life at some point. Tragic. Could I date someone in the industry? Yes. Because I already understand all of the things that go along with fan service. I have a pretty great understanding of it, actually. I spent quite a few years in the fan service industry, so it doesn't really bother me anymore. When you spend so long surrounded in the industry, in the fan service industry, you get used to it in a way that is so hard to explain to people. Do I regret my decision? Yes and no. So I say no because I learned some really amazingly cool skills because I did everything on my own. So I ran my page by my own. I did all my editing by my own. I did all my photography on my own. I did everything by myself. I learned how to do all these things that I probably would have never pushed myself to do. And like, now I can take all those things that I learned and put them to use somewhere else, which I've already started to do and using my new name. So, which is really, really cool. Yes, because I'm just hoping that the old screen name doesn't follow me and that it doesn't stop me from having opportunities in the future. I don't want it to define who I am, because like I said, it can put a rift in relationships. It could, possibly put a rift in future opportunities. And I hope that that's not the case because, like I said, I really don't want it to define me. My main goal in life, is to, I'm getting old, okay? I'm getting old. I'm a single mom. I want to settle down. I want to find a partner, and that's what I want. I don't want my past to define who I am now because I have grown and I have become a better person, and I have gained skills from the things I have learned in the past. And I think that that is all that I have to say for today. As I always say, if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I will see you next time, my lost souls. Bye-bye.